Welcome to the National Premier League's IGA New South Wales Men's 1. This is round 19. With the premiership still up for grabs as well as a few places in the top 5, it sure will be a thrilling end to the season.
Only 4 rounds remain and the race is on for finals places, which ensures another thrilling weekend of action. Manly look to return to winning form as they host the South Coast Wolves at Cromer Park, while traditional rivals clash as Marconi meets Sydney United 58. Blacktown City FC meet Rockdale while St George host the Blacktown Spartans, and Bonnyrigg travel to Lambert Park to take on Apia. Plus our match of the round comes from Seymour Shore as the Sutherland Sharks host Sydney Olympic as 4th meets 5th. All the action is exclusive to Football New South Wales TV. This is the IGA National Premier League's New South Wales Men's 1. With Manly having tasted defeat last round, they hope to get back in the winner's circle back at home at Cromer Park. They almost made the ideal start on 10 minutes when Daniel Sarich whipped the ball in for Jimmy Oates, only for Oates to blaze over the bar. The South Coast Wolves went close themselves on 31 minutes when defender Michael Robinson was denied by a wonder save from Manly keeper Dylan Mitchell. Chances would continue to go begging, and in the 64th minute, Brendan Chilakian almost finished off some lovely build-up play, but his shot went just wide. But finally, a breakthrough would come 4 minutes from time, with the home side hitting the front. Jack Green found space on the far post and coolly slotted the ball home to give Manly the lead. If that wasn't bad enough, the Wolves' afternoon would go from bad to worse. Michael Robinson was sent off in the final minute for a crude tackle on Jimmy Oates. So 1-0 it ended at Cromer Park, Manly taking home the 3 points. Manly back to winning ways at home, the Wolves' finals hopes almost gone. Traditional rivals clashed at Marconi Stadium as the Stallions hosted their neighbours, Sydney United 58. It was the away side who had an early chance, only for Mijan Pavlovic to shoot wide, who in hindsight may have found Alex Jurasevski the better option. The pair would combine in the 30th minute when Jurasevski played a brilliant ball through to Pavlovic. Pavlovic's first touch took him beyond the Stallions' defence and keeper James Chronopoulos. Pavlovic just couldn't steer the ball home. Pavlovic was heavily involved and almost broke the deadlock in the 47th minute, only for Chronopoulos to pull off a fine save to deny him. Marconi had a fine chance of their own just 2 minutes later when Mitchell Thompson found Milorad Samonovic, whose effort forced Anthony Costa into a brilliant save. The deadlock though would finally be broken in the 69th minute, and it just had to be Mijan Pavlovic. The striker fired the ball past Chronopoulos with some style to add Sydney United 58 in front. But as is customary in this competition, there is always some late drama, and Marconi would find their equaliser in the final minute. It would come from the penalty spot after Stamatellis was adjudged to have handled the ball in the box. It was Marco Sammer who took on the responsibility, and he converted the chance past Costa to make it 1-1 and ensure the local derby finished all square. So Sydney United 58's frustrating season continues, whilst Marconi grab a point that may be oh so valuable in the final weeks. The Spartans travelled to Seymour Shore to meet St George, hoping to trim the gap to rivals Blacktown City FC at the top of the table. They made a poor start, however, and went a goal behind on 24 minutes, when Juan Chavez volleyed home after a Bruno Pavato header looked already destined for the net. The Spartans would hit back though, finding an equaliser in the 40th minute. Connor Evans was played through from midfield, and he finished off the move clinically to make it 1-1. They wouldn't have to wait long though for their lead, with Miller making no mistake this time round, firing home an unstoppable strike on 49 minutes. although it did take a deflection on the way through. They almost extended that lead in the 65th minute when a wonderful cross from Emmanuel Giannaros reached Elsie Barkasir, whose overhead kick went just over the bar. But Barkasir would have to wait just 60 seconds to get on the score sheet after he was brought down in the box by Vass, winning the Spartans a penalty. The striker stepped up and sent the keeper the wrong way to make it 3-1. The pain would continue for the Saints as Ray Miller scored his second of the game in the 83rd minute, finishing well from close range. Then the performance was capped off with a goal in the 85th minute. This time Barkasir grabbed his second with a nice volley, firing the ball past the helpless Shaw, the Spartans' 5th goal. Then the performance was capped off in style in the 2nd minute of added time when Corey Bixo added a 6th goal to finish off a horror afternoon for the Saints. So in the end, the Spartans running rampant, 6-1 it finished. So with the Spartans winning, it was important for Blacktown City FC to take 3 points against Rockdale to maintain their gap at the top of the table. It was Rockdale, though, currently just outside the finals placings, who made the best start, opening the scoring in the 5th minute through Nicola Taneski. Blacktown City FC almost equalised in the 21st minute, but Zach Cancross couldn't convert his header. And they were almost made to pay for that miss just a minute later when Nicola Taneski hit the post. But the pressure generated by Rockdale would eventually tell as Paul Reid fired in a spectacular volley to give Rockdale a 2-0 lead. The home side would push on in search of goals, and Mitchell Malia put in a great cross in the 65th minute, but no one was able to get on the end of it. And then in the 70th minute, Jacob Posco-Liero's shot went just wide of the post, summing up what was an unlucky afternoon for Blacktown City FC. A vital 3 points for Rockdale, as Blacktown City slip up, 2-0 it finished. Bonnyrigg travelled to Lambert Park seeking all 3 points as Apia looked to put pressure on the teams above them. Bonnyrigg flew out of the blocks and almost had the lead on 4 minutes as Adrian Uccino hit the bar from distance. 2 minutes later, Alex Chenak should have made it 1-0, but he blazed over after beating a number of Apia players. His 3rd time lucky though, as the opening goal would come in the 9th minute when Aaron Peterson drilled the ball home. Apia's night took a turn for the worse on 31 minutes when Blake Powell saw red for his 2nd yellow card. Into the second half, and 10-man Apia would pull a goal back in the 50th minute, Matthew Mayora volleying home after some good work by Daniel Fogarty. Two minutes later though, Bonnyrigg would take back the lead. Apia keeper Andrew Bazzi dropped David Vrankovic's cross into the back of the net, gifting the away side the edge once more. But soon after, Matthew Nash returned the favour, dropping Mark Warren's corner with the ball bundled over the line by Apia captain Michael West. Once again, it's never over till it's over, and Bonnyrigg broke Apia hearts with the last kick of the match. Aaron Peterson headed in a Chris Tadros free kick to steal all 3 points in the final seconds, the 4th minute of added time. So heartbreak for Apia. Bonnyrigg win it in the most heartbreaking of fashions. 3-2 it ended. Time now for our match of the round between the Sutherland Sharks and Sydney Olympic. This one sees 4th and 5th on the table go head-to-head, and pressure is high, with strong sides bearing down with the race on for finals places. 2 points vital in this one. Let's check out all the action from Seymour Shore. So both these sides, placed as they are on the ladder, 3 points vital tonight. As Olympic go long, Sharks cut it out, although they've gifted it back to Olympic. Here's Shirai. Here's Gaitatzis. Don't want to give him room to move. Good shot from Gaitatzis. Good save from Denham though. Down to his right. So Henderson plays out from the back. Olympic send it long once more. What can they muster from here? Here is Shirai. Fortunately, rebound falls to him. Got Danaskos with him. He sends it in. Well, Hatzimaraitis is there! We have our opening goal! Sydney Olympic take the lead, and it's from Dimitri Hatzimaraitis. You look at the replay, Danaskos' cross was dangerous, and Hatzimaraitis, 2 Sharks players to beat. He just attacked the ball more vigorously, and Denham is well beaten. Gets the right power and direction, comes off the post as well. But Sydney Olympic are ahead here at Seymour Shore. So Henderson will play it out and restart us once more. Here is Gaitatzis. Wouldn't they love a second Olympic? Gaitatzis. Here's Sawida, full of energy tonight. Links up with Shirai. Oh, here's a chance for Olympic. Can they grab a second? They can! Sawida with the finish. And Sydney Olympic suddenly are 2 goals to the good. They are on fire tonight at Seymour Shore. It was Shirai with the build-up. Nice little jinking run, beat a couple. And the crumbs fell to Sawida. And he lashed it home. Denham couldn't do too much about it. And Olympic lead 2 goals to 0. Can they add the final nail in the coffin? Here's Shirai. Sawida. Shirai. Ryan Kerr. Lovely little ball from him. Here's a chance for Gaitatzis. Oh, what a save from Denham though. Well, that could have been good night if that went in. Stavroulakis plays it short. Sturgeon. Now Gordon. Looking to ignite something for the Sharks. They've been second best all night. It can change with a goal though. Here's Figon. Is he going to pull the trigger? Nikas sends it in. McMaster's there. Here's Stavroulakis. The Sharks pull a goal back. A headed goal from Nick Stavroulakis. It's an unlikely source, but a vital one. And the Sharks are back. They have life suddenly at Seymour Shore. Good ball from Nikas. McMaster rose above his defender. And Stavroulakis, ever the poacher on the line. The Sharks pull one back. Going into this one, 4th versus 5th. Oh, they've turned it over, the Sharks. Hatzimaraitis. He sends Shirai away. He's got pace to burn. Centres it for Gaitatzis. Still there for Gaitatzis. Shirai again. Can he provide the finish? Lovely little cut back. It's 3. William Angel with the finish. And Sydney Olympic regain their 2-goal lead. And the Sharks are back up against the wall. Composure on the edge of the box. Shirai linking up with Gaitatzis. And Angel with a class finish. As Nathan Denham looks on, he couldn't do too much about that. I thought Gaitatzis had perhaps let the chance run. But Shirai, look at that, 4 players to beat. And Shirai just slides it into the path of Angel. And he does the rest. A cool finish. And the Sharks are back on the ropes. Again, wasting little time. The Sharks know they need a goal soon. Here is Gordon. We've seen some classic finishes here at Seymour Shore over the years, particularly this season. Is there a twist in the tail yet? Nikas goes down. It's a free kick. So whipped in now. Oh, good looking ball. They have a goal. Figon the man with the final touch. And do the Sharks have life? Nikas whipped it in. Dangerous area. Great run from Figon. And Henderson, well, he's caught in no man's land there. He didn't get there. Figon made him pay. Well, that is full time at Seymour Shore. The Sharks rallied late, but it wasn't enough. Sydney Olympic, 3 goals to 2 winners. It was all to play for coming in, 4th versus 5th. Finals places on the line. Sydney Olympic march forward, 3 points for them. The Sharks look ahead to next week. They have plenty to play for. Sydney Olympic take home the 3 points. They march on. 3-2 it ended here at Seymour Shore.
Nick Stavroulakis from the Sutherland Sharks, obviously disappointed not to come away with the 3 points.
Of course, a home game like this, it's always a big one, and it's getting to the end of the season now where we need to pick up these points the last 3-4 games to nullify semi-final spot. But at the end of the day, it's getting very, very tight in there.
You guys seem to dominate the start of the game, and then all of a sudden you were 2-0 down. Is there any sort of explanation for that, or is it just switching off at key moments?
Look, I think switching off, like just little things like we're copping silly goals, and that's the being the story of our season at the moment. We seem to let teams in without them even getting involved into the game, so that hurts us a bit.
Paul Henderson from Sydney Olympic, obviously really happy to come away with 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. We always knew it was going to be a tough game coming to Sutherland. They're a very good side, and we come away with a win, so we're all very happy.
It's a really massive 3 points in the context of your season. Obviously, that puts you right in the frame for the finals. It gives you a lot of confidence going into the last few games.
Yeah, absolutely. Sutherland's always going to be thereabouts, and they're a good benchmark to see, how far we've come along. And there's not, like you said, there's not a long to go in the season, so it's very, very important for us.
Well, that's all we have time for this week's show. For all the latest information concerning the IGA National Premier League's New South Wales Men's 1, make sure you head to the website nplnewsouthwales.com.au. And make sure you join us next week for all the action, including our match the round between the Bonnyrigg White Eagles and Blacktown City FC. I'm Adam Santa Rosa. See you then.